buddy. What is up? Welcome to Duct Tape Dynasty. I am the Duct Tape Dude.
I'm the dude.
And man, it's week 2 already of the NFL season. We just got started, but the show is really about to get started now. We finally got some stuff to look over, some results to talk about. We got all sorts of stuff going on. Hey, guys, we see you in the comments. Y'all are awesome. Will Rhodes throwing it in there. Hey, what's up, Will? Hey, so check this out. Check this out. Before we get started, if you're not already a subscriber, why is my camera freezing? I don't know. But minimize that screen and hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. It's the biggest thing you can do for us, and it's the biggest way you can know or let us know that you like what we got going on here. It's the biggest way you can help us out. So if you are already a subscriber, please still minimize that screen, hit that like button. That's another way. And then you guys commenting in there. This is a very interactive show. So yeah, please comments, all that stuff. But here, check this out. So this is one of the biggest reasons, though, even if you don't like our show, you should subscribe and get friends to subscribe as well. And it's because we are giving away a no kidding JSA authenticated Super Bowl I signed. So by a Super Bowl I champion jersey. Okay, look. You see the picture? There it is. It's real. Okay, so there's Marv Fleming signed up there. It's real, okay? But we got to get to, oh, here's the JSA authenticated as well. Look at that. Bam. Camera's frozen again. JSA authenticated. So, anyway, if we get to 300 subs, we're not only giving away that jersey, but we're giving away, we got a Peyton Manning, we got Stephon Diggs, we got Troy Polamalu, we got Adrian Peterson, we got all sorts of jerseys that we're giving away if we can get to 300 subscribers. So like I said, if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, hit that like button, all that stuff, and just put in the comments, sign me up, and you'll be entered to win. But we got to get to 300 subs. We're pretty close. 243, we're getting there. But yeah, we still a little ways to go. I think we'll get there, though. And maybe we should get this guy's opinion on it as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our co-host extraordinaire. Hey, get used to seeing him. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ag Man himself, Andrew. How are you, brother?
Oh, I've been waiting for this show all week, and especially today. It was a little bit of a rough day, but hey, we're back. We got the show. Football is on. Let's freaking go, man.
Yeah,
let's
baby.
Do this.
So tonight it's going to be the Bills against the Dolphins. Holy cow, man. I couldn't get that out.
That's actually week 2.
Yeah, that's a pretty good game, especially, considering the way Amazon Prime's games started, their Thursday night games. The first year was terrible.
Sometimes.
Last year was okay. Now this year it looks like they're going to hopefully get some good ones. But
at least to start us off, get our hopes up, and then in the middle they'll just be a dud, like Carolina versus
I could look it up, but
Denver, something like that.
Yeah, it'll be whatever. Okay.
Also, hi, Mom.
There it is. I was going to tell you your mom's in the comments saying hi to you, so I was trying to figure out a way to actually say that, but there you go. You took care of it. So let's see, Will. Every week.
Will is coming at us with some hard-hitting questions already.
Dude, okay. Look, you're gonna have to look over those. But before we get started, though, we do need to have, I guess, a moment of silence. Look, okay, if you can't tell by over my shoulders, I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan. Andrew is a Star Wars geek as well. I would call myself, I guess, a Star Wars geek. Love the Star Wars stuff. Well, anyway, earlier this week, we lost one. We lost him. We lost James Earl Jones, Vader. So let's have a moment of silence for Vader himself. We're so stupid. Anyway.
Oh, I love it though.
But yeah, so we're Star Wars guys. In fact, this is my little geeky lightsaber thing. So there you go. There we go. Turn it on. Oh, my
little geeky lightsaber thing.
Yeah. Whatever. So there you go. We had a moment of silence for Vader. So we lost him. It's too bad. Great man. Has nothing to do with football, but whatever. So let's actually start talking about some football, shall we? Last week, man alive, did it start off? And it started off with the referees making their presence known. Making 100%. Their presence known. Man, flag after flag after flag on that first game. And it was all illegal formation stuff. Like one after another. So we did some research. Turns out, okay, it was an emphasis item that the NFL had put out there. And so in this image that you're seeing, you've got the guys on the line, obviously represented by the yellow line across their helmets. That's the, line of scrimmage. The bottom line, they got to be at least even with the center's belt line. And they are. This guy who's circled here is who they were calling illegal formation on. And they did it for multiple teams, but just in this example, that's who it is. And it's because
Baltimore did it the most.
Yeah, he's not lined up. They made it an emphasis item, but this week now they already sent out a clarification memo because this was so bad that so many flags went. So they're allowing this guy on the end to still be able to come out of a 3-point stance, stand like he is there. And he's got to at least be even with the belt line, kind of like these guys, but he's got to be even with their belt line. So it's not supposed to get called anymore unless his helmet is behind basically all those other guys' butts is what it is. So
he can be halfway back into the quarterback's lap.
Yeah.
And be fine. The Kansas City right tackle's going to love that.
Oh, yeah.
He already does it anyway.
Yeah.
He was the most flagged person in the NFL last year. And they made a comment about it this week.
Yeah.
Or last week. They're like, this dude was flagged like 14 or 17 times. Just him. And it's like, holy Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully that'll get a little better this week. And in fact, I actually wanted to kind of, I guess, praise the officials, because for so many years, it's been, oh my God, they're terrible. They're screwing up the game and they're doing this, they're doing that. Well, now this year they finally implemented kind of the guys in the booth able to just review it themselves and call down to the officials. So I saw multiple times where they typically would have had to go do a review. It would have been 2 minutes or longer. You would have had TV timeout, all that stuff. Well, now the guys just radio in to the officials' ears from up in the box, and they're like, no, that wasn't a penalty. Pick up the flag. And, that's happening as well. So anyway, the illegal formation thing should clean up this week, but that was frustrating to watch. It was like, God,
nuts.
First game of the season, it was just flag after flag after flag. It was ridiculous. So, by the way, everybody in the comments,
I gotta praise. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, just let us know what your opinions are about these things that we talk about. And here in a little bit, we'll get into the specifics of how last week went, how this week looks, et cetera, et cetera. But sorry, you were going to say something else, brother.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, got to praise the instant replay and all that stuff. And they're trying to bring in all the digital stuff this year. They're trying to eliminate the chain gang, as it's known.
Yep.
Or the sticks team, or whatever you want to call it, because they're trying to make it more accurate on the spot of the ball. I think that's going to help improve the game a little bit, and then you won't have the dude with a note card. But also, you got to praise the instant replay, because how that game ended, if they didn't have instant replay technology the way it is now, that would have been a touchdown. It would have been overtime. Who knows what would have happened?
Yeah, I mean,
if they didn't have that technology.
Dude was out by a toenail.
Not even an inch.
It was half a shoe size. If he was wearing a half shoe size smaller and white cleats,
touchdown.
It was in. But anyway, okay, that's that. That was last week. The thing that we do to kind of start the show, kind of finalize last week, we do go through our honor roll players of the week from last week, and then we give you the results at the end of the show of who our honor roll player of the week is, actually, because it's via poll on your Instagram. We'll have all the links to that later. But before we get into the honor roll, though, I want to kind of almost do what ESPN did with the not top 10. So let me actually just bring in, I mean, last year, so this is Danny Dimes, as I call him, as many people call him, Daniel Jones, right? Last year, he started his season with a 40-0 loss against the Cowboys, crapping down his leg, as I said. And then this year, he started off his season with a 28-6 loss to the Vikings. And so what this is saying is, essentially, aside from his accuracy, arm strength, mobility, pocket presence, play execution, and decision-making, he's a really good quarterback. So,
right. Aside from all those things that, really aren't that important when you're trying to win a football game, but, also fashion sense should go on here because they were wearing these abysmal uniforms.
Dude, so pathetic, that uniform. I mean, there was a whole bunch of things.
It's the Montreal Canadiens.
Exactly, Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, so I saw the comparisons to that and all that. But anyway, that's that. And aside from every quarterback category, Daniel Jones is really good. But he got paid this offseason, though, still.
It's so...
Yeah.
I guarantee the GM and the owners of the Giants are regretting which one of the two they paid last year because holy crap, we'll get there in a minute with what happened with the other guy, but they bet wrong.
Yeah, they did a lot of
out bet wrong.
They say the Jets are the pathetic team in New York. I mean, the Giants are doing everything they can to keep up with them.
It's the Giants now, honestly.
Yeah. So, and I think Kevin in the comments there is a Giants fan, as I recall. So, sorry, bud, but it ain't looking good. And it ain't playing good because you got Daniel Jones at the helm. Nonetheless, let's actually get to our real show. With the let's start off with the honor roll. Why don't you take this first one? And it's old boy Josh. So you want to read off his stats?
So starting off our honor roll segment, I got him. We're gonna have to do this a little bit differently than we usually do, but we'll make do. We're starting off with Josh Allen, 18-23, 232 yards, 2 scores.
Hold up one second. Are you on Wi-Fi right now? Because your phone's like
I'm on data.
So grainy. Okay. If you're on data, never mind. Okay, so sorry. 18-23, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's where you were at. Continue, please. Sorry.
Yes, I got to get back in the rhythm of it now. Josh Allen also couldn't get it done on the ground. 9 rushes, 39 yards, and another 2 scores on top of it. Josh Allen starting out 137.7 QB rating. My good man, you are on a roll in Buffalo. I'll toss it to you for player number 2.
Absolutely, yes. So player number 2, and this is music to my ears because I've got this guy in fantasy football, Saquon Barkley, as we were talking about a little bit earlier. The Giants doing everything they can to take over the spot for worst team in New York or New Jersey or wherever they play. Saquon Barkley, let's see, 24 rushes, 109 yards, 2 TDs. Then he caught a couple balls for 23 yards and an additional touchdown. Scored me a ton of points. I still lost in fantasy, but Saquon Barkley, you, sir, are on a roll. So, go.
All right, player number 3, we're going back to the field general. We've got good old Baker Mayfield. He got nominated a couple times last year. He's back to start the year this year. He's going 24 for 30 for Tampa, 289 yards, 4 scores, and ended the day with a QB rating of 146.4. Baker, keep it up, man. You're on a roll for week 1.
Insane. And then what was awesome was this guy. Okay, so we got the news that CMC, Christian McCaffrey, was out at game time for the Monday night game. Well, this guy, you actually have CMC on your fantasy team, and so you real quick.
And then I went and picked up this guy.
You picked up Jordan Mason.
Crap, he made me a ton of points.
Yeah, he had quite a week as well. 28 rushes, 147 yards, 1 touchdown, and a win. Jordan Mason, you, sir, are absolutely on a roll. So that is our on a roll nominees for this week. And
if you guys in the comments have any players that you think we missed, by all means, if you're in our text threads, send it to us. Comment on the videos. We'll look at them. We'll see 4 players for on a roll that you think should come out for week 2. Just let us know. Get a hold of us somehow, whether it's on Instagram, in the text. We want to know what you guys think. It's
Yes.
not just us that picks these. It's
Yes.
up to everybody.
Well, and actually, we'll reveal the winner of it at the end of the show, which is done via poll on your Instagram, as you said.
Exactly.
But Dan is asking, oh, so there's no Boswell in there? Dan made some rather egregious recommendations. He nominated the referees as well for honor roll.
I mean,
like
some weeks that
just
could be the case.
I should have just put a big old flag in there. So you kind of got him there, Dan. We got it early with
So
the
days
referee
since
talk.
the last asterisk, potentially with Dan.
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, we'll give him grace on this one.
Well, I don't know.
We'll give him grace.
Maybe. Yeah. Anyway, so with that, we'll reveal the end. Yeah, you get it. Sorry, I'm looking at a whole bunch of things here. So let's actually go over our games of the week, see how we did last week. Okay.
Yeah, the week that was.
The week that was, and then we'll talk about the week to be. I do want to say a quick thing here. Sir Bully down there had to call an audible. He's busy doing some other stuff right now and can't be in the pick'em. Sounds pretty cool what I think he's doing. I don't actually know. So, but he's out. He can't do the pick'em for right now. And so Kevin is going to be stepping in for him. Kevin in the comments, our Sportniks guy, he'll be stepping in Bully's place. And actually he did pick last week as well, all the picks. And so it kind of worked out because I've got all of Kevin's stuff, and I'm going to show him in just a second. After we talk about these games, he'll be in the stats with all of us. So,
Perfect.
Not really any big surprises. Well, okay, there were some.
There was a couple.
There was a couple. Sorry,
actually.
there was a couple. That's what I meant to say. I meant actually to start off by saying, as for the flyers, that was kind of what I had in my head. Now, if you guys don't know what a flyer is, so you see the check marks. The check marks are associated with the colors on the far left of the screen there. So you've got my colors, the green check mark. The ag man here sees that blue one there. So his check mark is blue. They're kind of hard to see in this one because I made them small. I made them bigger this week, so you'll be able to see the check marks better. But the flyers are what I call it when there's like either one person picks a team and nobody else does, or like a couple people pick a team that nobody else does.
Right.
And so in terms of flyers for last week, there was only one of them.
Flyer crazy.
Yes, he went flyer crazy. It did not work out for him. He did
not at all.
He did a Dallas Cowboys start and started 8-8. So rough go. But yeah, the only one that actually did hit the flyer was Dave. And I thought he was a fool for doing it.
And that put him over the edge.
Yeah.
That put him over the edge. Dave has an outright win right now.
Yeah. So we'll
beating Sierra because of that flyer, but we'll get there later.
Yeah. And as you see scrolling across the bottom, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's our records as well. So, but yeah, as far as the games go, the Patriots was a huge surprise, but there wasn't even a freaking touchdown in that game, right? Like,
no, not that I was aware of.
It was a terrible game. Kansas City game was amazing. I think the Green Bay and Philly. There we go. Jeez, because I was thinking two things at the same time because they were in Brazil.
Right.
Oh no, telemarketer's trying to call me. Should we answer it live? No, you can't call me. I'm busy, dude. I'm on the show. That totally popped up on the screen and everything's great. So yeah, Dan took a flyer, as you could see down there with the Giants. That did not work out. And then you've got my flyer taking the Raiders there, which I did not have faith in
your own team.
My own team.
I still don't know why you did that. I still can't wrap my head around why you did that.
I just don't trust Jim Harbaugh. But anyway,
apparently you should.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens this week. But yeah, the big surprise. Everybody and their dog picked Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Patriots, and somehow, some way, the Patriots beat the Bengals.
I don't think the Cincinnati Bengals had all their weapons on offense. I don't know. I don't know if they had Jamar Chase because he's been doing a weird hold-in situation.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they had him. I don't know, but I think T. Higgins was gone. So I think Joe Burrow was kind of scrambling for who to throw to. But yeah, I did not see the New England Patriots coming out and doing that. I'm assuming Jacoby Brissett was their starting QB. I did not see that. That was the biggest surprise for me. There were some games that look really easy on how we picked it that were a lot closer than we thought.
Yeah.
I was nervous we were going to get Houston Indy wrong.
That one came down to it.
That one was close.
Yeah. But geez, Pizzo, can Anthony Richardson throw the ball or what, dude?
Oh,
he
God,
threw the ball
can
like 63
sling it.
yards on the fly. Like that was,
And he was almost about to be hit when he did it.
yeah, like bro, he's ridiculous. So I hope he stays healthy. He's good for football. He is the Indianapolis Colts quarterback, if you don't know. So there you go. There was our games. You see the results there scrolling by, but the real thing is this one here. So this shows how we panned out for last week, and let me just explain what's on here. So, of course, the color coordination thing, everybody's got their own color, same as on the last slides. There you see Dave, his average, because he went 15-1, almost perfect, 93.8. The only one 93.8% correct is what he was. Sierra came in second. Just missing one more game than he did, 87.5. I thought about just making all my picks Sierra's picks, like just doing that. I should have done that.
Hey,
but that would be
should've.
cheating. That would be cheating. So I actually do make my own picks by myself without looking at your guys's. But Wally then in third. So I've got the podium places up there on top. Each of those were clear and present. They 1, 2, 3. That was easy. Each one lost one more game than the other one, and then the rest of us tied at 12-4. So we're
not a terrible record, actually. We're starting out pretty good.
Yeah, we're looking good. So as you see underneath there on the little football field, now it looks very blank and weird now, but you see the dots on the left side of that. That's actually, that'll start moving across the screen throughout the year, and you'll be able to see our progression and how everybody splits up. The reason you only see the pink dot on the lower one there, well,
because 4 of us tied.
Dan's, mine, and Andrew's are all buried underneath that pink dot. So, yeah, we're all there, 75%. Not a bad week. Not a bad week at all. So there you go. That's that. But let's talk about this week's games of the week, shall we? This is where we kind of spend a little bit more time. And guys, let us know what you guys think about these games coming up as well, especially in the comments. That is awesome. So, by the way, congrats to Dave, Sierra, Wally for being on the podium. We shall see where it goes from here. As I recall, Wally had a huge start last year, and it fell off quick.
He was winning up through week 4, I think, and then it just fell apart.
He took a nosedive. Yeah. So, anyway, we'll see how it goes throughout the season. Anyway, this week, it should actually split up quite a bit, because of the fact that these picks, there's some separation in these. So here's this week's picks.
There's a lot with these.
Yeah, let's go through them, shall we? So tonight's game, by the way, let me go back real quick. That one in the upper left of the screen, that 81.3%, that's called the lean, okay? So there's 7 pickers of us in the league. That's why there's 7 people there with the little circles and the percentages. So obviously we can't split half and half. Like half of us, there's always going to be one more person that picks one team than the other, at least. So as we see, let's look at tonight's game, for example. We split as close as you can to a 50-50 split for tonight's game, Buffalo against Miami, but the majority of us took Buffalo. So the lean is on Buffalo for that game. And then so I keep track of, how we do as a whole throughout the season as well. So if you're one of these people that goes and does betting, you can do sports betting online now, not in Oklahoma, but in other places, I guess. Anyway, if you keep track, the lean is usually a pretty good gauge there, because it usually stays around it stays up there. It's something to compete with by the end of the season, right?
I mean, Bo was pulling the dang thing last season, so we might as well just hitch our trains to it and just follow it.
Yeah, I mean, if we could, but the lean is based on our picks, so
it's true.
Anyway, all right. So tonight, let's see. You took the Dolphins over the Bills. Let's see who else.
I took Dolphins, and I am joined by Dave and Kevin to do that.
Yeah.
I picked the Dolphins for the sake of the fact they're at home.
Okay.
They're at home. They are in Miami. They have the temperature difference between their sideline and a visitor sideline is insane, especially this time of year. And I still don't know who Josh Allen has to throw to. He has Kincaid. He has the rookie receiver. But besides that, I mean, maybe he's got Jared Cook to throw to, but that's your running back. So I think they're still trying to figure out who they are. Miami's coming in knowing who that team is. I think Buffalo's still got to figure it out. So that's why I gave the edge to Miami.
And hopefully Tyreek doesn't get arrested again on his way to the game. Actually, he's already there.
That was insane.
Dude, that was so stupid.
Oh, my God.
That was so stupid.
Okay, we cover a lot of stupid things on this show, but if you want to see some real stupid stuff, just check some NFL news for this past week, because there's some doozies going out there. If you guys just go check the internet, you'll find out exactly what ones we mean.
The one that happened today. Whoa.
Good God.
Or last night,
just
I don't
go
know.
On the internet. Just go on the
Not
internet.
even going to explain it. Shannon Sharp. That's all you need to know. All right.
Just go there.
Beyond tonight's game, I picked the Bills because they're the Bills, but they're not the Bills, as you kind of say.
They're not the
they're
Bills
not the
they
same
were
old
before.
Bills. They dumped Diggs, got rid of him. He's with the Texans now.
They don't have Gabe Davis anymore. He's in Jacksonville.
So I could see this one going either way, but to be honest with you, I feel confident because my pick is with Sierra's. Sierra also took the Bills, and as we know, like she absolutely annihilates all of us usually in everything. So it's hilarious.
I mean, that's a fair. I'll give it to you.
So I feel decent about that pick. This next one, Saints, Cowboys. Everybody except old Kev Boat down there took the Cowboys. The Cowboys and Micah Parsons had a heck of a game last week.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs had a pretty good pick coming back off injury. Dak got paid. CeeDee Lamb got paid. So, honestly, I think the Cowboys are on track to do well this season. Will the Cowboys do what the Cowboys do and just let it go at the end? Yes. Yep. I think they will.
Every year.
Do I think they're going to have a solid season and make the playoffs? Yeah, I think they will.
And they'll lose in the first round.
I can see where this game is. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think this game could be tough because of how stellar of a performance New Orleans had last week. But you have to remember, I'm going to give a tiny asterisk to New Orleans because they were playing Carolina.
Yeah. Granted,
Carolina
Derek Carr went
sucks.
off, dude. Derek Carr.
He did.
Yeah.
But he's playing Micah Parsons on defense now, not whoever.
It's going to be a different story this week.
And it's in Dallas. So, of course, their home opener, they're not going to want to disappoint their home fans on the home opener.
But they do all the time.
I'm leaning Dallas.
I'm always scared with Dallas because you never know when they're just going to collapse on themselves. Yes, you always know that at the end of the year they're going to collapse. But throughout the season, it's just hit and miss. Like they had last game and they were amazing. This game, who knows? Who knows?
And it's crazy
at
before
home.
the
Doesn't
collapse.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Every time before the collapse, it always looks like Dak is going to play MVP caliber. Like he looks solid. Like he honestly looks like a top 5, top 3 quarterback the 2 weeks prior to the collapse. And then the collapse hits and it's like, oh, you're maybe top 15, top 10.
Yeah, like
at best.
Dude, he got paid top 1 in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Like he is the highest paid player, which is insane.
Nobody knows how to do it like I do. I'll pay my players. I'm Jerry Jones. I got all the money, and it's Jerry's world.
Man alive. The kids are going to get absolutely no inheritance from that man because he's going to spend it all.
Dak has it all.
Yeah, holy cow. Jerry is that team's nemesis. He doesn't even realize it, but he is unfortunately, now he's the Al Davis of that team. Like it's
at this point, it's shifted. I think
it's not going well. So yeah, Kev took the flyer on New Orleans. Good luck, buddy. But then again, we don't know what's going to happen. The next one seems like it should be easier. We all went with the Ravens over the Raiders.
They almost pulled it out against the Chiefs. I think. Yeah. I think it's fair. They're going against Uncle Rico with Gardner Minshew. I think we're okay on this one.
The Ravens.
If I had to put a lock of the week, this would be the one to do it on. But yeah.
Ooh, let me look.
If I had to do a lock of the week, this would be the one to do it on.
Green Bay's
this one or the next one.
Green Bay's got a backup quarterback in. By the way, Will
Packers
Rhodes
are better than the Raiders.
Will Rhodes, I finally went back and read his original chat comment. There we go. Jeez, Leet. Man, I got to get it together. But he actually asked about CMC being out again this week. And yes, he is once again out, as I heard. I don't know if you heard
I
that
haven't
as
heard
well.
anything official. I think he's still ruled questionable, but it's leaning likely that he won't play in Minnesota.
Yeah. Yeah. So who knows what's going to happen there, but we'll get there in a minute. Kevin took another flyer, or no, Kevin didn't take another flyer. It was actually Wally there. Took a flyer on the Daniel Jones crap down your leg, New York Giants. Come on,
against
Wally.
the rookie all-star Jaden Daniels.
Wally,
and the Commanders are actually a pretty set team as far as their roster goes. But really, Wally, you got to defend yourself in the comments here. Like, why are you taking Daniel Jones on this one? Why?
Ooh, he says because they've won the last 4 meetings against those wonderful Commanders. They did, but the Commanders didn't have who they have
the Giants.
Now. Yeah, and the Giants have been
they had
down.
Sam Howell last year, not Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, yeah, and actually, but no, the Commanders have talent. They do. I mean,
they either did or almost did make the playoffs 2 years ago. Like, they're
with,
not a
Heineke.
Garbage team.
Yeah, with Heineke.
Yeah.
Like
the entire
helm.
NFC East almost made the playoffs. They're not a garbage team. It's just they're just not that next caliber. They're stuck in mediocrity, but they're not that bad of a team as far as roster goes.
Well, fortunately, they're headed, I think, the right way. They've gotten rid of the owner.
Yeah.
That's controversial. The name thing, I don't know what's going to happen.
That will be
there.
a few years before it's changed again, if it is.
Yeah, it's just so stupid. Anyway, let's get on to the next game, because one team that is challenging the Giants for and currently winning against the Giants for worst team in the NFL is the Carolina Panthers. We all avoided them like the plague, as I think they should be.
We did.
And so, yes, I have faith in Jim Harbaugh this week. How about that? I didn't last week, but I've got it this week. And I'm going to be watching that game, waiting for David Tepper to throw Coke or beer or whatever he does on some fans. You remember that from last season?
That was so wild. Yeah, the fact that he did that, it's like, I don't remember what his punishment
billionaire.
was. Like, he obviously got fined.
Yeah, but what's he care?
Like,
it was a dime.
You're going to get a slap
pocket.
essentially it's a slap on the wrist. Like, yeah.
They could fine him $1 million, and he's a billionaire. So,
yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah, the Chargers should win that game. We'll see, though. We'll see.
It's in Carolina, but they still should win because Carolina is hot garbage. So.
Yeah. Wally says he had to throw a huge flyer, and if I come out on top, I will gain one on you all. That's true. You're not lying.
You will come out smelling like a rose, but there's also the very real opposite side of that.
Yeah.
Where you come out kind of like Bully did last week.
Yeah.
And you're sitting at 8-8.
But he's safe.
Or you come out like Dave. It's a safer bet.
Taking 1 or 2 flyers is not a bad idea. In fact, we're going to get to one that was yours in just a second.
I did one this week, and I did a couple last week.
But first, let's go with the Indy Green Bay game. So we talked about Anthony Richardson being able to throw the ball. I mean, that one pass was like 63, 65 yards in the air. Okay, that was just the air part. Like, well, Green Bay, if you guys don't remember, Jordan Love went down at the end of the game. He's out for like weeks,
3 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. So who's the backup in Green Bay?
Malik Willis.
Yes. So
former Titan Malik Willis.
I see Sierra went with Green Bay. That's the only thing that concerns me about this. That's it.
I'm not as scared about this one like we were with Bo last year. I'm not. I'm scared of Sierra. Don't get me wrong. With this picks, I'm not scared about this one.
Yeah, watch yourself, dude. She's vicious. She'll come after you.
I know. I know she is. I am not worried as much about this one when it comes to the picks, like we were when Bo just went on his very creepy good streak last year.
He won it from nowhere. He was just riding along in the middle of the pack. And as you'll see, as the season goes on, and we show this graphic again, you'll see it throughout the year. But then Bo just took this huge climb right at the end, won the whole stinking thing. So we expect his sister to do that this year, which is Sierra. San Francisco, Minnesota. You sir.
I took the flyer.
On this one. Explain yourself, please.
Yes. Okay. A lot of people will give me guff. Yes, I'm a Minnesota fan. Clearly.
Emotional damage.
That's all they caused us for the last however many years, so I can't be hurt by that anymore. Anyway, clearly I'm a Minnesota fan. Not why I picked them, though.
Whatever.
I went into it. Minnesota had a great week last week. Granted, they were playing the Giants, but Darnold looked good. He genuinely did. Our defense looks better than it did last year. Andrew Van Ginkel coming in with a pick six at the end of the game. But I picked Minnesota on the fact of this. San Francisco has not beat Minnesota in Minnesota since 1992.
What?
Minnesota has beat the Niners at home for over 30 years.
Well, that's about to end.
The Niners have not beaten Minnesota at home for 32 years. That is why I'm picking Minnesota.
That is a heck of a stat.
Home opener. They are going to show up, show out. They have the best receiver in the league.
They got a heck of a running back.
We are ready to show for our home team. Aaron Jones did fantastic last week, and he touched the ball 6 times.
Yeah.
And he still scored for us. So we have a team that's primed and ready to go. Yes, San Francisco, I still think, is the team to beat in the NFC. They do not have their best running back on the field. Yes, Jordan Mason, outstanding performance last week. He got me like 50 points in fantasy. It was fantastic. But still, he's not Christian McCaffrey.
That's true. So when he comes back,
not.
Your fantasy team is going to explode, dude, because you've got CMC, and actually I have Justin Jefferson. So if the Vikes want to go out and win this game, fine.
I have Jefferson in my other league,
that's
but
good by
not
me.
the one that
so
matters for
I'll
this
take
show.
that. So anyway, the next game is Cleveland and Jacksonville. The lean on this one actually went Jacksonville way by a couple games, not just one. Or no. It's one game.
Just one.
Once again, I'm going to say I take confidence in my pick because I see that I've got Sierra there with me. So I know she's doing
I didn't even notice she was with
research.
it. Oh, no, you took Cleveland. Oh.
I took Cleveland. Is that what I said?
Deshaun did so bad last week.
He is terrible.
Deshaun Watson did terrible last week.
That back. I think that thing's going to backfire.
He needs to be
on
20.
them.
He needs to be 2020 Deshaun again, and it's just not going to happen.
No,
it was abysmal for him last week. I cut Amari Cooper because of him.
Dude.
On my fantasy team. So if he's out there and anyone wants him, and I'm going to put my foot in my mouth, go for it. But right now,
the only reason
right now, they were rough. It was bad last week against Dallas. It was rough.
Yeah, wasn't great. Anyway, we'll move on because game is starting here in about 5 minutes. So let's rock and roll now. Seattle and New England. New England surprised everybody by beating the Cincinnati Bengals last week. The majority goes still against Gerard Mayo there and Drake May. And
this one was tough to pick because of how they showed up last week. But, I mean, I'm still just going to go Seattle. I think they're more of a complete team. They have more on tape. They have a solid team. I just don't know with the Patriots yet. If they prove me wrong, maybe I'll start to change my picks and then it'll turn into the reaction weeks like we always do.
If I lose again, depending upon who they've got next week, I don't have the stuff in front of me, but we'll see if I might start picking them. And it'll make
we're always reactionary too after that, which is kind of something that you'll see later. Is we are very reactionary on the show. Like if a team does abysmal and then has a big win, everybody jumps ship to that one.
Yeah, you'll see.
It happened with Detroit last year. It happened with Detroit, but at least Detroit worked. That worked last year. So we can't complain too much about it.
Dude, you remember that Bo called Detroit winning the division?
We gave him so much guff, and we were laughing at him.
Dude.
Literally, we made a post making fun of him, and then we all looked like idiots.
There is a short in the Instagram, or not in the Instagram, in the YouTube shorts for this channel that actually was us laughing our butts off when he said the Lions are going to win the division. Boy, were we wrong.
We all looked like idiots except Bo.
That's why I'm scared for this next game because, once again, family ties. His sister, Sierra, is the only one that took Tennessee. Now, I don't have as much faith in the Mayo kid as she does.
Either.
Old Will Levis and his Mayo perfume. Ooh. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Um,
Aaron Rodgers,
they
by
have
the
Tony
way.
Pollard. I don't know.
Aaron Rodgers. So after last week's game, I don't know that this is confirmed, but I saw this on the internet, so it might as well be true. Everything on the internet's true, right?
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So apparently Rodgers gave an impassioned speech after the game last week to the team. And one of the things he said is, I'm not going to point fingers because there's at least 21 guys to point at, and I only have 10 fingers. Well, let's see. There's 11 starters on each side of the ball. So that's 22 people. He said 21. Who do you think the one was not?
Self-centered.
Yeah, dude.
God.
Jeez. Okay. So
I love the meme. I don't know if you've seen it, but it says, "Why are they cutting to Aaron Rodgers like he's on The Office on Monday Night Football?" Because it's always just him looking dumbfounded at the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty good. But I think the Jets are going to come back and get a win against Old Mayo Boy. But we shall see.
They had a tough opponent. I think they're going to do better than we're giving them crap for. But yeah, I mean, I still think Jets will be middle of the road as far as record goes, but I think they'll bounce back.
I don't have as much faith in them, but I got more faith in them than I did last year. But yeah, they've got locker room problems. I mean, obviously, you heard what Aaron Rodgers said, and they had locker room problems before that. And as I always say, it's not my thing. It's McAfee thing, but it's more about Jimmy's and Joe's than X's and O's. So the fact that their locker room is in shambles, I think is going to just hurt them. And I don't think Rodgers did them any favor by saying there's 21 of you that I could point at. Well, who's the one you can't? Anyway, we all went with the Lions. That one I don't think is as cut and dry. Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdowns last week. Possible honor roll player of the week. We shall see. Okay, LA.
I don't think it's as cut and dry.
Yeah, I don't think it's as easy as it looks because we all took Detroit. We'll see.
All took Cincinnati last week.
Yep. We'll see. So LA and Arizona. Most of us went with LA. Kevin took a flyer in Arizona. Kevin, please explain yourself. Well, actually, Arizona didn't look terrible last week. But
they didn't look good either.
They didn't.
They had Marvin Harrison Jr. and he caught 4 passes?
Yeah. I mean, maybe Kyler watched a little bit of tape, but Bills already intercepted Miami. There we go. Jeez, we got to hurry up. All right. A bunch of us took the Steelers. I did not. I just don't have faith in that team.
TJ Watt.
Yeah, Watt. He was almost an honor roll player of the week. He was on there at one point. I took him off.
Okay, I know we got to hurry, but we got to pause on this one. We
go for it.
Elephant. We got to talk the elephant in the room here.
What?
Russell Wilson is such a tool.
Oh my God. He was
Justin Fields got the start. He has it again. Justin Fields has the start week 2 again. Russell Wilson marked inactive, wearing pads like he's gonna jump in there.
Full pads.
Oh yeah, he was ready to go.
Full pads.
This dude looked like he was named starter in the preseason. Apparently is now inactive. I don't remember why. But he's in there in full pads acting like he's going to jump in and be the saving grace. It's like, dude, no. You're going to be like Brucey on the Longest Yard reboot, and you're going to come in and just suck. Like, this is Justin Fields' team. Russell Wilson.
Wilson's done, dude. Like, when
you were great
showed
in
up.
Seattle, you were awful in Denver. You're a tool in Pittsburgh.
Well,
that's not a tool that they use to help work.
He had a defense that carried him in Seattle. But he did get a Super Bowl win, whatever. But he is
because the Legion of Boom was that
exactly.
good.
It's his defense.
He lost a Super Bowl because he was stupid and threw the ball.
Well, his coach called that. That was idiotic. And actually, Marshawn Lynch went up and laughed at the coach after that.
Right. But if you're an NFL quarterback in the Super Bowl, you think you'd be smart enough to audible it to the best player on the field.
To the beast.
Like, come on.
All right, let's move on. So
we don't live in the past
I've got to go more on the Russell hype train here. Russell Wilson
go.
in Denver, let's ride.
God, I didn't even realize that.
Showed up to training camp wearing his own jersey. I want
to change my pick now.
Like he got out of his truck wearing his own jersey. Like a jersey of himself, like a fan jersey, not
There's
like
21 people on this field and wearing your own jersey. You're not helping yourself.
Yeah. So, and then
we thought receivers were divas.
Then he was. They flew over to England, and he just talks about, well, everybody was sleeping on the plane. I was doing high knees, going. It's like, shut up, dude. You just dissed your whole team. I'm doing high knees, man. Whatever.
They're sleeping. That's good because they're resting themselves.
Yeah, you moron. Anyway, I don't. Russell Wilson, go away. Kansas City's going to beat Cincinnati unless, who knows. I think the Bears pick, all of us avoiding that is fairly simple. They didn't do too well last week.
You never know, though, but, it's Sunday Night Football. Houston's one of the hype teams. It's in Houston.
That team is fire.
There's no way they're not going to do good in prime time.
Far right now. That team, they're poised, man. So I think that's an easy one. And then Kevin took another flyer there on old Atlanta instead of the Philly. Good luck, dude. Kevin, I could see your stock falling this week, brother.
Kirk did not look as good as he should have.
No, he did not.
I'm displaying a Kirk jersey. Granted, his name is not facing the camera.
It's a Vikings jersey.
That's a Vikings jersey right now. Kirk did not look as good as he should have. He just didn't.
That wasn't great. So, anyway, all right. So we're into game time. We're losing watchers, and well, not really, but whatever. Let's get to our honor roll player of the week, and then we'll wrap this thing up and get the heck out of here and go watch some football. How about that?
Let's do it.
Since you're the pollster, you're the official pollster, why don't you go ahead and tell us who our honor roll player of the week is, as determined via poll on Instagram, decided by you, the viewers. So,
right. As determined by the poll on the DTD.BigSkyCountry, selfish plug, on Instagram. It is on the polls, on the stories. There's a poll on the stories. As determined by that, our honor roll player of the week for week 1 goes to Saquon Barkley for showing up on a rival team and just wrecking shop. My man, you are on a roll. Keep it up. We are excited to watch Philly because you are there now.
Yes, dude, and I'm all for it because I got him on my team, so my fantasy team, that is. So, hey, yeah, the Giants once again trying to get that last place, dumping Saquon Barkley to a rival, to a freaking division. Anyway, whatever. So you get it, but let's talk about this last thing and then get the heck out of here. So, guys, if you would, just take a screenshot of this slide here. This is all of our socials, and let me explain real quick where these go. So if you take a screenshot of this, and then later on you can go back to it in your photos and just hold your thumb on any one of the QR codes that's over there, and it'll take you to that. So
that one, if I'm pointing right.
Yeah, you are. You're pointing right at it. So the top 3 there are the main Duct Tape Dynasty ones. That's obvious, whatever. Instagram, TikTok, and the YouTube, which you're watching right now. So the next one down there, the big sky with the duck face, that's Andrew's. That's where, he's got a bunch of his content as well, a lot of DTD content, but specifically if you want to vote on the polls, follow him. Go follow him. And then that next one down, Sportniks, this now goes to his Instagram account. This is Kevin, who's he's drawn all those images that you see down there, those little characters, and he's actually got a sale going on. I don't know how long it's going for. Maybe you could throw it in the comments, Kevin. But he does Sportniks. He does little caricatures like that of people's kids and stuff. Like you can get your kid with their team drawn up as a cartoon. I think they're way cool looking. But he's got a special going on that anyway, go to the Instagram and you'll see it. So with that, dude, you got anything else before we get the heck out of here and go watch some football?
We're fully back in football season. Let's go. This is going to be awesome. We'll see you guys next week in week 3.
Yeah, man. This is fun. Sorry we went long. Sorry we showed up late. But we're here now, and we're about to go. Let's go watch some football. You guys are the absolute best. We love y'all, and we will see you next week. See ya.
See ya.